So it took me a little while to come out with this video because I was really mulling over whether or not I wanted to keep this card or cancel it. But to let you guys know, and I want to talk about the perks first and all the benefits that you're getting from it, because they did increase the annual fee from $250 to $325, which for $75 of an annual fee, I better get some good perks in return. Now, if you're applying for this card for the first time, definitely check out the links below because that helps out the channel, but it does also kind of offset that first year because you're definitely getting outsized value, because as of right now, the public offering is 90,000 points after spending $6,000 in the first 6 months of having the card. So if you can break that down at $1,000 per month and you can spend that normally without having to overspend, then this is going to be a no-brainer in order to get those 60,000 American Express points. I have seen 75,000 and 90,000 actually being thrown around over there. So those 60,000 points are worth at a minimum $600 if you book travel through American Express Travel, but it can be even more if you do transfer to other partners like Air France or some hotel partners like Hilton and things like that to get some more outsized value. And that's why in the first year, I always say that you do get positive value out of the card, even if you don't use any of the perks that come with it. And let me know in the comment down below if you guys want to see a video about how I redeem American Express points, because I mostly focus on Chase Ultimate Rewards because of the Hyatt partnership, but American Express has some powerful transfer partners and you're able to get maybe 2, 3, even 5 cents per point in some cases. So in terms of the spending multipliers that you get with the American Express Gold Card, you do get 4x on all global dining, so whether it's in the US or any other country, you get 4x for every dollar spent on the American Express Gold, but now with the new update, you are capped at $50,000 of spend, and then after that, you go back to 1 cent per point. So after you hit 200,000 points in 1 year for dining, then like I mentioned, you do go down and you hit that threshold. Then you also get 4x back on all US groceries, this is the reason why I got the gold card. It was going to be my main grocery card to spend, but again, we'll touch on at the end why I'm actually canceling this card. And now this is only for the US supermarkets and it is capped at $25,000, which depending on if you have a big family or not and your everyday spend, you could hit that, but for the most part, $25,000 for most people is still too much to actually hit from a threshold standpoint. And another nice perk about this in terms of the competition is you do get 3x back on all travel purchases booked through the American Express portal, but you also get 3x back when booking directly through an airline, which normally some other credit cards only give you those kind of perks if you book through their portal and not really directly through the airline. So 3x back on booking directly through the airline is a nice little perk. And then you get 1x on everything else. So for the most part, the spending multipliers have stayed exactly the same. The only big difference is that we now have that $50,000 cap on dining, but as I said, most people will not hit that $50,000 spend. So now for $325 a year, what are you getting, especially in year 2? Because after you kind of forget about that 60,000 point bonus that you get when you do sign up, after year 2, year 3, year 4, you have to make sure that you're getting the correct amount of value after you're spending that $325 a year. So the first perk we're going to talk about is the $10 a month that you get for dining when you go dine at one of their partners that they are exclusively with American Express. And this is $10 that does not roll over. So you have to use it every single month. If not, you lose it. And these partners are Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, Five Guys, Wine.com, and Goldbelly. I've never heard of Goldbelly, but again, probably the most impactful one is going to be Grubhub since you can get things delivered and things like that. I actually use it at Cheesecake Factory because on my commute back from work, I pass a Cheesecake Factory every day. So once a month, I'll go in, I'll get a slice, and know that I get reimbursed $10, and it ends up being a complete wash. So I end up kind of getting a nice Cheesecake Factory cheesecake slice once a month for free. The next one you have is a $10 a month, very similar to the last one, but this is for Uber and Uber Eats specifically, and this gets put automatically into your account as long as you have your gold card connected to your Uber account, and this can be used for regular Uber as well as Uber Eats, and same thing applies here. It's $10 a month, and it does not roll over every single month, so if you don't use it, you lose it. So now if you use both of those perks and you maximize them every single month, that's $240 worth of value that you're getting. Now they're adding a brand new credit, which is $50 biannually, so every 6 months this resets. So you get $50 for the first 6 months and then $50 for the second 6 months. And this is gonna be for any dining that you do at any Resy restaurant. So if you can use Resy to reserve a spot, or even if that dining restaurant is using Resy as their POS, you don't have to do anything additional, you don't have to sign up for anything, there's no gift card that you have to do. If you use your gold card at this Resy restaurant, you'll get a statement credit for $50 for that dine-in experience. And again, that's every 6 months, so that's $100 for the entire year if you fully maximize it. And now that gets us to $340 of value overall, which already, if you're maximizing every single aspect of that, you'll now surpass that $325 annual fee. And then the last new perk that they did add was up to $7 a month for Dunkin' Donuts. Now, depending on who you are, this could be the equivalent of getting 1 Dunkin' Donuts coffee for free on a monthly basis, or if you just get regular black coffee with nothing in it, it could be enough to get you 3 or 4 cups of coffee per month. But again, it depends on who you are and what kind of items you get at Dunkin' Donuts. But you do get $7 every single month to be used, and again, this does not roll over. So if you do maximize this, that's $84 a year for Dunkin' Donuts that you get to use for absolutely free, just by using your gold card. So if you add up all those credits and those coupons and things like that, that comes out to $424 of value that you're getting out of this gold card compared to the $325 annual fee. So you kind of come out on top $99 if you fully use everything every single month with no questions asked. Now, there's some other smaller perks like a $100 hotel experience credit, but that's only for, it's like a $100 gift card to use at specific hotels. It doesn't even go towards your room costs or anything like that. So that doesn't really count in my opinion when it comes to offsetting your annual fee. So that's what you have to do. You have to sit down, do the math for yourself. Do you go to Dunkin' Donuts already? Are you spending $7 a month already at Dunkin' Donuts to begin with? Then of course, that's gonna make sense for you to be able to use this card and get $7 for free every single month. Same thing with Uber Eats, and as well as Grubhub and Cheesecake Factory and Five Guys, and then as well as Resi restaurants. Depending on where you are, Resi restaurants might not be around. For instance, I'm in New York City, so Resi restaurants are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, so that would be very easy for me to actually redeem. Versus if you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, Resi might not be in your area, so you can't even consider that. Same thing goes with Dunkin' Donuts. In my area, there's a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts, but I know if you go to other areas in the country, there isn't a single Dunkin' Donuts. So it really depends on who you are, how often you're going to be using it, if these things are around you to see if this is going to be worth it or not for you. So let me know in the comment down below what you think. Is this something that you're going to jump on? Do you currently have a gold card? Are you going to hold on to it? A couple other things to consider when it comes to the new upgraded gold card. There is a new white gold variant, and even if you have your current gold card, you have the rose gold or the regular gold, you can just go into your portal and actually request the new one. You can just say that you want to replace it for no real reason. Maybe it was damaged. It won't actually turn off your card or anything like that. They'll just send you a brand new one in the mail, which we're still waiting on. And then secondly, if you are a current American Express user or gold card user, and let's say you opened up an American Express a month ago, you are still grandfathered into the first year being $250, and then you will not get charged at $325 until your first cycle year goes. So I believe we renew the card, I think in February or March of next year. So technically, I'm getting all the perks of the $325 annual fee, but I only paid $250 for it. So automatically, immediately, I'll be able to go to Dunkin' Donuts with my old gold card and still be able to get those perks. In my area, there's a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts, but I know if you go to other areas in the country, there isn't a single Dunkin' Donuts. So it really depends on who you are, how often you're going to be using it, if these things are around you to see if this is going to be worth it or not for you. So I do want to get into why I'm going to be most likely canceling this card, and it's going to be for three main reasons, right? So we originally got this card because I wanted it for groceries and then also dining, because there aren't many cards out there that give you 4x on dining, whether it is a zero fee annual card or something like a Chase Sapphire Reserve that's $550. Even those cards max out at around 3x for dining. And then also we got it because of the grocery factor, right? The 4x back on all groceries, we grocery shop a lot, of course, so 4x back in American Express points sounded great because most cards, especially like the Chase Sapphire ones, they only give you 3x back, and even then it's only for online grocery purchases. So the gold card gave you better multipliers. Now, of course, you were paying for it with the annual fee, but if you wanted to maximize each category of spend, this was going to be the perfect dining as well as grocery card. And for most people, I actually might recommend the American Express Gold, because if you're somebody that just wants to get one card, or maybe you have two cards in rotation, you don't really want to think about it, and this is going to be your dining and grocery card, then by all means, you're part of most of the demographic, most people are like this. But the reason why I'm canceling is because I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to credit cards, and roughly every 2 to 3 months, I'm working on a sign-up bonus for a new credit card. So it's actually very rare that I use this gold card for groceries, because whenever I sign up for a new credit card and it has a required minimum spend, no matter what the category is, I'm putting all of my spend on that card to reach that minimum spend as quickly as possible. For instance, right now we're working on the Chase Inc. Business Preferred card, which had 120,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards sign-up bonus after spending $8,000, and that's a pretty hefty sum of money to spend in a 3-month span. So what we're doing is all spend, no matter what it is, dining, groceries, everyday spend, everything besides rent is going on that card to reach that minimum spend in those first 3 months, meaning that this card is getting zero use during that time. And that has been the same story over the last 2 years, where we've been working on sign-up bonuses with these credit cards and putting all of our spend and shifting everything to those cards specifically, because once you hit the sign-up bonus, that return on your spend is much higher than any multiplier that you can get on any credit card. So this gold card gets used very, very, very rarely. I think we only have Audible on here just so we have a recurring purchase. But outside of that, this card does not get used. And that is the main reason why I'm most likely going to be canceling this card, is because we don't take advantage of the perks. I did mention that I used the cheesecake one, but even then, I'm still losing value on the card, especially now that it's $325. I don't ever go to Dunkin'. I'm more of a Starbucks person, but I mostly make my coffee at home. So there is no real perk into holding onto this card, especially at that price point, and especially because we do not have a bonus sign-up offer anymore since we've had this card for so long. And then another reason why I'm probably canceling this over downgrading it is because there is no zero fee downgrade path with the American Express Gold. American Express does have zero-fee cards, so it doesn't fall under their charge card category, which is the green card, the gold card, and the platinum card, and obviously the black card as well, but you can't really apply for that one. So the lowest card that you can actually downgrade to will be the American Express green card, but even then, that one's $150 a year with, again, even less perks that I would use even less so there would be no real reason. I know that most people don't like canceling cards just because it's going to hurt your credit in the short term. If you're not getting good outsized value for a $325 a year card, you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons for yourself to see if it's worth actually canceling that card. Because like I mentioned, this card never ever gets used now because we do often work on sign-up bonuses, and whether it's myself or my wife, we always have one card in rotation working on a sign-up bonus, and I value Chase Ultimate Reward points a little bit higher because it can transfer to Hyatt, especially Hyatt. That's the one that we use often and all the time, and it's the only credit card, aside from the Build program, that can transfer to Hyatt. So that's everything that you need to know about the new upgraded gold card. Obviously, we're going to hold on to it until the renewal shows up. We will be getting the new white gold colorway, so definitely kind of stay subscribed. Maybe I'll do an unboxing if that's something you guys are interested in to see exactly what it's like. But at the end of the day, once we do get to our renewal, we might have to give a call to see if they'll give us a retention offer, which is something that we could document also on the channel. Or, like I said, probably cancel at the end of the day because we just have zero use for this card as of today, as we're working on other sign-up bonuses. But again, that's just a very specific use case, and that's the reason why we're canceling it. This is still a great card for a lot of people, especially if you're city living, if you're dining out a lot, if you grocery shop a lot, if you are around a lot of resi restaurants, you can actually get a positive effective annual fee out of this gold card if you use it correctly and you maximize every portion of it. So if you guys do want to sign up for it, like I mentioned in the beginning, click on the first link in the description below to check out exactly what that sign up bonus is and take advantage of it. But that will do for this video, everybody. Let me know in the comment down below. Are you a current American Express gold card user that's being upgraded by default? Are you getting the new white gold version? Are you applying for the card? All things that I want to know and have a conversation and discussion down below. But that'll do it, everybody. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click on one of these videos right here. And until next time, I'm Fernando, and I'm out of here, everybody. Peace.